the sections in Riyadh al-Salihin on Nafl, which are the voluntary prayers. And this first section here, An-Nawawi rahimahullah says, باب فضل السنن الراتبة مع الفرائض وبيان أقلها وأكملها وما بينهما. So the section on the virtue of the routine sunnahs, السنن الراتبة مع الفرائض, that are routine with the fara'id, meaning they're tied to the fara'id, they're tied to the obligatory prayers, and they're done routinely, and clarifying their minimum and their maximum and what can also be offered in between. They don't have to be, it's not an all or none either. But first of all, from this section title, let us at least say the Sunan Ratiba or Rawatib, the plural of Ratib. It is also known as Sunan Mu'akkada. Mu'akkada means emphasized. And what's meant by this? Emphasized means routine. Means the Prophet ﷺ would always pray them with the prayers, no matter what. Unless he was traveling, there's a small detail there. But generally speaking, he would always pray these along with the prescribed prayers. He was so keen on them that even if he would be taken away from them, like someone would come to him after the prayer and pull him away with a question or a need or otherwise, he would make them up at a later time, even if another prayer had come in. So he, after Dhuhr, he customarily prayed 2 or 4 rak'ahs. If someone kept him away, they would notice after Asr that he's praying. They asked him, what are you doing? He said, a delegation came and kept me from my ratiba, my sunnah after Dhuhr. So that's one category of sunan or nawafil. They are the rawatib or the mu'akkad. These are the emphasized routine that he didn't break, alayhi salatu wassalam. غير ratiba, non-routine, are those that he told us about their virtue and he prayed them sometimes in conjunction with the prayers and sometimes he didn't. So they're like a tier 2 of these nawafil. So we'll just mention 2 ahadith tonight quickly and close. al-Mu'mineen, Habiba radiallahu anha, whose name was Ramla. Habiba is Ramla, the daughter of Abu Sufyan radiallahu anha. She said, سمعت رسول الله, I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying, ما من عبد مسلم يصلي لله تعالى كل يوم 12 ركعة تطوعا غير الفريضة إلا بنى الله له بيتا في الجنة. This is a famous hadith. The Prophet ﷺ said, it's an authentic hadith in Sahih Muslim, that there is no Muslim servant, man or woman, who prays for Allah the Exalted, كل يوم, every day, 12 ركعة, 12 rak'ahs, تطوعا, voluntarily, غير الفريضة, aside from the obligatory prayers, except that Allah builds for him a home in paradise, builds for him a palace specific. There's a palace specific for those who pray these rawatib. And so what are these 12? 2 before Fajr, 4 before Dhuhr, and 2 after Dhuhr. We're going to keep that opinion and push it. It's the stronger opinion, Allah knows best. So 4 before Dhuhr and 2 after Dhuhr. 2 after Maghrib and 2 after Isha. That is 12. And Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, he said, I prayed, صليت مع رسول الله, I prayed with the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ركعتين قبل الظهر, 2 rak'ahs before Dhuhr, وركعتين بعدها, and 2 rak'ahs after it, وركعتين بعد الجمعة, and 2 rak'ahs after Jumu'ah, وركعتين بعد المغرب, and 2 rak'ahs after Maghrib, وركعتين بعد العشاء, and 2 rak'ahs after Isha. And that hadith in Bukhari and Muslim. That hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar was a source of a little bit of disagreement among the scholars, and that's why I said it's a little bit of controversy and the stronger opinion. Because this hadith had some scholars say, oh, there's only 2 before Dhuhr and 2 after Dhuhr, which brings us to 10, not 12. But even though he doesn't mention Fajr here, but they all agree that he used to always pray the Fajr, Nafl, even if he was traveling, and so they incorporated it from other hadith. But this hadith that says 2 before Dhuhr and 2 after Dhuhr seems to set you at 10. Leave Jumu'ah alone. Seems to set you at 10. But perhaps the stronger opinion to reconcile is that Ibn Umar, in this particular narration, did not notice the Prophet ﷺ praying the other two, perhaps he prayed them in his house and stepped out or otherwise. ﷺ. That could be the way to reconcile between reports, and Allah knows best. And then Ma'qil, Abdullah ibn Ma'qil, radiallahu anhu, this last hadith, he said, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, بَيْنَ كُلِّ أَذَانَيْنِ صَلَاةٍ. Between every two calls to prayer, meaning the adhan and the iqamah, is a salah. I mean, there's always time for nafl between the entrance of the time of the prayer and the prayer itself. Whether that prayer is now mu'akkad or not mu'akkad, routine or not. But the point is, this is a time for voluntary prayers. بين كل أذانين صلاة بين كل أذانين صلاة. He said this 3 times, alayhi salatu wasalam, between the two calls is always time for salah. And after the 3rd time he said it, he said, لِمَنْ شَاءَ, for whoever wishes. And so, between the adhan and iqamah of Fajr is mu'akkad, emphasized, he never left it. Between the adhan and iqamah of Dhuhr is mu'akkad, he never left it, it was emphasized. Between the adhan and the iqamah of Asr is not mu'akkad. He did not routinely do this the way he did with others. Between the adhan and iqamah of Maghrib is not mu'akkad. Between the adhan and iqamah of Isha is not mu'akkad. Right? Because we said 2 before Fajr, 2 before Dhuhr, and 4 before Dhuhr and 2 after, and then 2 after Maghrib and 2 after Isha. If we want to start with the mu'akkad sunan, they are the tier 1s of the rawatib, of the routines. They are the most superior nafl except for one. What is the only superior nafl to the routine? Huh? The night prayers, like the witr prayer, to pray at night. Because he said the best prayers after the prescribed prayers, qiyamul layl, is the night prayers. Allahu ta'ala a'lam, wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.